Some of the purest politics around is taking place in the crypto world. As the collapse of Sam Bankman-Fried's grubby influence operation demonstrates, crypto is caught between competing political visions that may not be reconcilable. The libertarian ideas in crypto interact with populism in intriguing ways that deserve more attention by policymakers. One variant of techno-populism is crowdsourcing solutions to complex problems like public policy, as demonstrated by Italy's five-star movement. How cryptocurrencies are changing politics. Governments have struggled to respond to cryptocurrencies, which have grown from digital novelties to trillion-dollar technologies reshaping the global financial system. To proponents, these virtual assets democratize money and wrest control away from central banks and Wall Street. But critics say they empower criminals. Terrorists and rogue states stoke inequality, suffer from drastic price volatility, and consume huge amounts of energy in mining. As a result, the regulatory landscape around cryptos remains fragmented and confusing. Some countries have banned them entirely, while others embrace them and seek to develop their own state-backed versions of blockchain services. In between, governments have opted to regulate the market and punish fraud and crime while trying not to stifle innovation. In the United States, for example, regulators have struck a delicate balance between encouraging entrepreneurial cryptocurrency ventures and discouraging the use of virtual assets in illicit activities. Nonetheless, the country is not immune to these issues. Criminals are leveraging Bitcoin for money laundering and financing terrorism. In addition, the primacy of the dollar has enabled foreign bad actors to evade US sanctions, and terrorists like the military wing of Hamas are accepting payments in cryptocurrencies. As a result, the federal government is looking to boost enforcement efforts and launch pilot projects for central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, in an effort to address these problems. But these initiatives have yet to yield results, and policymakers remain unsure of how to craft regulations that balance the needs of the many different groups involved. Moreover, there is also a risk that the current approach could spark a race to the bottom as crypto actors migrate to friendliest jurisdictions and avoid stricter regulation. Despite these challenges, it seems likely that the popularity of cryptocurrencies will continue to increase in the coming years. Consequently, it's important for political leaders to keep up with this trend and be ready to respond to it as necessary. And while many have criticized cryptocurrencies in the past, the reality is that they can be a powerful tool for politicians who want to reach new constituents and promote their agendas. Why cryptocurrencies are changing politics. The rise of cryptocurrencies is reshaping the world of politics and policy. Governments around the world are grappling with how to regulate this new sector, with responses ranging from banning them altogether to actively fostering their development. While governments struggle to find the right balance, one thing is clear: cryptocurrencies aren't as decoupled from the real-world economy as their proponents would have liked. Cryptocurrency donations are a growing part of political fundraising, with donors contributing millions in the form of Bitcoin and other digital currencies to support candidates running for everything from city council seats to Congress. For many, this isn't just a way to display their tech credentials, it's a way of supporting an ideology they believe in. For example, congressional candidate Srina Kurani is one of a vanguard of politicians courting cryptocurrency donations, using the digital currency to reach out to a younger demographic that she believes is crucial to retaking the House in 2022. Crypto is the future of money, she says. It's also the future of entrepreneurship. Meanwhile, the industry has been retooling itself to lobby on Capitol Hill, transforming from an idea conceived as a decentralized alternative to traditional centralized financial systems into a powerful force in Washington, with 278 federal registered lobbyists representing crypto interests, more than double the number of its lobbyists in 2020 and more than 8 times what it spent in 2021. Many of these lobbyists are so-called revolving door hires, having served in the federal government before joining the private sector to advocate for crypto issues. The newfound clout of the crypto industry has already been evident in Washington, with Congress gaining momentum on legislation that would give the Commodities Futures Trading Commission regulatory authority over the cryptocurrency market. That push has been helped by the sensational collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX and the subsequent indictment of its founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, for securities fraud, commodities fraud and wire fraud. But while the crypto industry is booming, its fortunes remain volatile. The value of most cryptocurrencies has plunged in recent months, and several companies have filed for bankruptcy. As the world of crypto continues to grow and evolve, a closer look at how policymakers and regulators respond will provide important insights into how this technology could impact the future of the global economy. Cryptocurrencies in politics. Cryptocurrencies have exploded in popularity in the past decade. They were originally designed to circumvent traditional financial rules, so it is no surprise that governments are wary of them. However, their rapid rise and evolution has forced regulators to begin crafting rules for the emerging sector. The challenge is to create rules that limit traditional financial risks without stifling innovation. As the world's most popular cryptocurrencies continue to gain ground, it is likely that they will also play a major role in political finance. This is especially true in the United States, where many cryptocurrencies are backed by US dollars. This has drawn the attention of investors seeking low-risk, high-return investments. In turn, this has led to an influx of money into the market and the rise of new political players. While the emergence of crypto has had a number of political impacts, the most significant has probably been the impact on how politicians raise and spend money. The blockchain, the technology that underpins most cryptocurrencies, is an open, decentralized system of record-keeping that can make fundraising more transparent and efficient. One of the first examples of this was when a Swedish politician ran an entirely Bitcoin-only election campaign in 2014. Since then, more politicians have started to adopt cryptocurrency as a means of raising and spending money. Some have even begun to accept cryptocurrencies as donations. While some of these trends are positive, others are not. For example, cryptocurrencies are susceptible to speculative bubbles and investor greed. In addition, many cryptocurrencies are unregulated and therefore offer little protection to consumers. This has created an environment where bad actors can easily take advantage of the new system. As a result, many of the same issues that plague traditional finance are present in crypto: corruption, insider trading, and Ponzi schemes. It is important to address these issues as they arise. Many of these concerns are best addressed by integrating cryptocurrencies into existing regulatory regimes and ensuring that they are subject to the same tax treatment as other assets. By focusing efforts on policing crypto intermediaries and increasing transparency in the space, regulators can help to ensure that cryptocurrencies are used for good rather than evil. Conclusions. While it's true that cryptocurrencies are having a profound impact on politics, they're not necessarily doing so for the better. This is primarily due to the negative association they have with crime and nefarious activities such as money laundering. As a result, many politicians are wary of cryptocurrencies. This is partly because of the controversies surrounding Bitcoin, but also because it hasn't yet established itself as a legitimate alternative to traditional currencies. However, it's also worth noting that there are some politicians who are open to cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. This includes Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has called for the development of a national digital currency. South Korea's Minister of Science and IT, Yoo Young-min, is also a supporter of cryptocurrency. And 2020, Democratic Party presidential candidate Andrew Yang has said that he supports Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Nevertheless, the majority of governments are still skeptical about cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. They have various concerns about their use for illicit activity, such as facilitating money laundering and terrorism financing. They're also worried about their potential to disrupt the existing financial system. And finally, they're concerned about the lack of transparency and security measures around cryptocurrencies. But while there are many concerns about cryptocurrencies, there are some positive aspects as well. For example, cryptocurrencies can provide a way for people to easily send and receive money across borders. This is especially helpful for migrants who often struggle to get access to banking services in their new countries. Additionally, cryptocurrencies can be used to make payments for goods and services on the internet. This is particularly helpful for the developing world, where many people don't have bank accounts. Another positive aspect of cryptocurrencies is that they can help reduce poverty and inequality in developing countries. This is because cryptocurrencies are often used as an alternative to local currencies, which can be expensive and difficult to transfer internationally. Finally, cryptocurrencies can also be used as a tool to promote economic growth by encouraging investment and trade. Despite the many positive aspects of cryptocurrencies, they're not without their problems. Some of these problems include their volatility, illiquidity, and opaqueness. Additionally, they can be subject to manipulation and hacking. Nevertheless, cryptocurrencies are still a powerful force in global politics, and they're likely to continue to have a significant impact on the future of world economy.